Hey everybody, Shane Presley here with Rock Paper Podcast. I have a couple of announcements I need to share with you. Some big shows coming up, including on September 8th over at Old Rock House. That's a Sunday. I'm hosting Deb Stock. This is a benefit for my mother, Debbie Manahan. This is she was diagnosed with glioblastoma brain cancer back in June, and we're going to try to throw a big party for her and have some fun. I have live music from the Scandaleros, Al Holiday and the East Side Rhythm Band, Jackson Stokes, Joe Bazzelli, Matt Wynn, and Big Mike Aguirre and the Blue City All-Stars. Again, $4 to $9, $10 tickets in advance, $15 at the door. You can also purchase those at metrotix.com. And be sure to dress up in your finest Hawaiian summer kind of luau beach theme, whatever that means to you. It'd be fun to make this as beachy as we can over there at Old Rock House. Again, Sunday, September 8th. So let me tell you about my friends at Naked Vine. They donated to Deb Stock, and they've been a great friend of mine. So stop by and visit them out in Chesterfield, Missouri, right up there off of 40 and Clarkson Road, and see some great live music this week. Thursday, September 5th, Hal Pascal of Cherokee Moon will be out there. And Friday, September 6th, the Scandaleros return. And Saturday, September 7th, Prairie Rehab. I'll be back at Naked Vine on Tuesday, September 10th, and that's every second Tuesday of the month, with my singer-songwriter storytelling showcase. And this month I will bring along my friends Taylor Steele of Taylor Steele and the Love Preachers, Eric Barnes and Andrew Dahl of Andrew and the Dolls. Again, all this information and more can be found at nakedvine.net. Be sure to follow along with them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And as always, they're serving up the finest wine, whiskey, tequila, and local craft beers out there. So come out and visit them at Naked Vine. And I want to let you know that this episode is recorded on my brand new Heil microphone. If you haven't checked it out yet, visit heilsound.com today and pick up a brand new microphone or gear or whatever you can want to get over there at Heil Sound. And follow them on Facebook and Instagram as well. And I want to let you know about Joseph Meyer Club. They're a fantastic company with this great foaming aftershave I've been using, and you can pick yourself up some today at josephmeyerclub.com. And if you entered my code RPPJMC20 during checkout, you can receive an exclusive 20% off. So head on over there again, josephmeyerclub.com, get for all your aftershave needs. And that's it for me today, folks. Again, thank you everybody for listening. Thanks for continuing to support this show. If you're interested, I have some new hats and buttons and shirts available. Feel free to email me at rockpaperpodcast@gmail.com if you'd like a shirt or anything, or if you just want to say hi or what episodes you're enjoying or any whatever it is. Feel free to reach out, email. Also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Would love to hear from you. Again, please come on out to Deb Stock Sunday the 8th. We'll hope to see you there. Have a great day, everybody.
A podcast is kind of like it's like a radio show that's not on the radio. It's on the internet. Does that make sense? Uh-huh. Yeah. That's also like my mom. It makes it sound more confusing, doesn't it? It sounds like this.
This is Justin Ra, and you are listening to Rock Paper Podcast.
Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast, y'all.
Hey everybody, Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast, coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri. Hanging out today at Lotown Studio in St. Louis with Justin Ra. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you, Shane, for having me. This is amazing.
Yeah, man, I'm pumped to be here. We've been friendly for quite a while now, but this is our first time I think really like getting to talk, and that's how a lot of these start. You know, it's kind of fun about that. Like we've seen each other at shows and different bars or whatever around town, and run into each other, and then but you don't really get to talk. You just say, hey, but this allows me to kind of get to properly sit down, get to meet people officially, and get to talk, and get to know more of their stories and songs, and
So yeah, man, thanks for doing this.
And I've heard a lot of great things about you, so it was just kind of like the same thing. It's like, oh, this guy's amazing. Thank you. You know, it's like everyone just praising you, which is beautiful.
Oh,
so,
thanks, man.
Yeah.
Well, you, I guess I was trying to think back. I think we maybe first met at a Brother Lee and the Leather Jackal show. I feel like it's got to be one of those or somewhere in there.
I think so. I think we actually met. It was at the old Rock House. And I remember I had just saw Matthias and the Pirates. I think they were playing. I'm not sure who else.
That was probably my party then.
It was your party.
Yeah, that was the 4th annual birthday show.
Yep.
Was that the night we met?
Yep.
Man.
That's when I met you.
All right. Well, I don't know. I know it's one of those things, man. You start seeing people around. It's like my memory is also terrible for time. So like, I do recall that obviously that party and meeting you, but like that day. But I didn't think that was the first one, but maybe it was.
I think so. I'm not sure though, because I think for a moment there, that was the first time I ever went to Old Rock House. And I was like, why have I never been here? And then I literally went there like a week later for the Brother Lee show, and I think that you were there for that as well. So that's probably why they could get.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Well, but both those bands, Matthias and the Pirates, Brother Lee and the Leather Jackals, really good friends of mine. Both of them. Brother Lee played the 3rd annual birthday party at Broadway Oyster Bar. So those guys are all buddies of mine and fantastic people and musicians, and
love them.
So yeah, go check them out if you don't know the names yet.
You definitely should.
Yep. But a big shout out again. Thanks to Lotown for letting us hang out here today. This is also where you recorded your new record, right?
I did. I recorded here. I'm actually a Lotown Records artist, so I'm signed to the label.
Nice,
so,
man.
Yeah. So it's definitely helped me a lot, getting to where I need to be with music videos, and we'll get into that. But yeah it's really helped a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Larry, let's go back to the beginning a little bit, though. I know, like I said, I don't know a ton of your, backstory and stuff. But did you always grow up here in St. Louis? Or?
I lived in St. Louis, grew up in like North City, and then, man, I've been playing music ever since I was like 17. Well, I was in the choir and stuff like that. I sang in the choir when I was a kid, but actually being in like a rock band or playing live, not until I was 17. I was in a band called Burnt Ninja a long time ago, and we actually were doing pretty well, and then that kind of broke off. And
what kind of music, Burnt Ninja?
Everyone said we sounded like Incubus.
Okay.
Probably just because of my singing, but we were kind of into like Primus and stuff like that, so it was kind of a little bit heavier, like rock and roll, but with that kind of edge. Like I would scream a lot. I had like a lot of screaming parts, but and then something came over me. I'm like, because I love Radiohead, Bjork, classical music and stuff like that. So I took a step back and I was like, I kind of want to do something. I want to create something amazing. So then I got into this, as Josh Aker would say, I got into this hole and like got stuck in my basement, essentially just creating. Mm-hmm. And it took me a minute. It took me like probably 9 years to learn. I taught myself basic theory, or music theory, how to play the didgeridoo, the djembe, keyboard, all these little, things, learning rhythm. And then I just decided to, I actually had a band before this called Our Cloud, and it was like me, a buddy of mine Matt, a buddy of mine Steve that played the didgeridoo as well. And actually Matt played the sitar. And I was trying to incorporate that, just all this world music. Steve played the Native American flute. I was really trying to incorporate this, and I was just getting stuck with that because it wasn't exactly what I was hearing. And then I just decided to do it on my own. I was like, I just got to do this, like share this energy that I have. So I just decided to, and it's so funny that Brother Lee keeps coming up, but I was jamming with Sean Kimball, and he was like, man, you should loop. He's like, you'd be really good at it. And I'm like, okay. And that actually is what, him saying that, I was with a buddy, him saying that is what got me to start looping. Okay. And then next thing you know, I'm doing it by myself.
So had you never tried looping then until that day?
I mean, like what I was doing is like I used to have this, like I still have it, like a little delay pedal, and I would just loop little segments on that just to jam over it. And I showed Sean some of that stuff. He's like, oh man, you should just loop. I'm like, oh. And then he kind of shared with me some of the things that people were doing with it. And I was like, okay. And then, a year later, it dawned on me. I was like, looping. And then I looked into like all the crazy loopers, and I bought the best one, I think.
Yeah.
The RC300, Boss RC300. And yeah, man, the rest just kind of happened after that.
Yeah, that stuff's wild, man. Like, I mean, you got to really know your stuff too. Like, especially it's all about timing. You get that, a little bit off, then everything throws the whole thing off. You got to start over and stuff.
It really does.
Yeah,
you gotta be on it, because it will mess up the whole song
right.
if you miss a beat, and it'll mess up the experience for the audience. Like, part of it is seeing, like, I hear a lot of feedback. They're like, I just love watching you loop. It's incredible. I'm like, good, because I feel like sometimes I'm taking too long, but no, people say they like watching you build a song live.
Yeah,
like, it's really cool.
I agree, man. It's part of the show, part of the spectacle of it, and there can be both of them. I think but like sometimes like you just kind of want to get into it, and sometimes it does take some time to build it, like you're saying. But it's still cool to see the process from kind of peek behind the curtain, essentially.
Right.
Instead of just pressing play on the CD and whatever.
Right.
So
right.
But yeah, man, that's really cool. That, like I said, I've seen a lot of friends locally. We have I got buddies like Lucid and Bongo Jack and some guys that do loop work and stuff. And I got a buddy Steve Woolley also does some work with some loop pedals and things, and it's just fun, man. Like it's really unique to see somebody create like a full sound, as one person. Like, it's pretty wild.
And we're able to do that with all the crazy technology.
Right.
That's really amazing. But it does take talent. And the thing about looping too is you definitely have to pay attention to your timing. You have to make sure you're not building a song for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And you're still engaging the audience. Like you said, Bongo Jack, those dudes, Lucid, which is awesome. I saw him last year at the Heritage Festival.
Yeah.
And I was like, he has a didgeridoo.
Yeah.
I was like, that's dope.
Sure.
Yeah.
Not a lot of them around town.
No.
Those two guys, both Bongo Jack also plays one. And but yeah, it's just you don't see a ton of didgeridoos getting played around town.
And that's another thing. Like I pretty much built a lot of what I do around that instrument because I love it so much, and the actual therapeutic value of it, especially sonically, is just amazing. So I really wanted to incorporate that a lot into my sound because, we're all in it to create music for ourselves, but also for people and to like help, people. So I use it as therapy, for people. It's like I'm out here, hopefully giving you a different type of energy, some type of therapy through all of my sound bending, all of the way I manipulate, the way I play the didgeridoo, the way I play the drum, just trying to really give you, some energy, give you energy, not take it.
Right.
I'm not trying to take it. I want to give it to you.
Yeah, man. Well, that's exactly what is funny that you say that, because that's exactly what I kind of felt when I was listening to it. Again, your album is now available everywhere digitally if you want to grab a copy, and we'll be sharing some on the show. But when I was listening to it before coming over, like, it's one of the first things that kind of popped in my head was like, it could be yoga or massage therapy or different stuff, different things like that, where like this would be great background music to that, like as in these different classes or therapy and different things, and just because like it feels good and it's just like rejuvenating in a sense and stuff. So
uplifting.
Yeah
I definitely have my moments where I try to keep it nice. There are moments where I'm like, I definitely I have things to say, but I would rather just keep it nice, but there are moments where it's like, come on, people, let's wake up, like seriously, but there are, but other than that, it's just, hey, let's have a good time, hang out with your friends, high fives, just have a good time.
Yeah, man. Well, let's talk about this track called Secrets in a Limb, and this is I guess essentially your lead single on the. We're working on a music video.
Yep.
We're going to talk about, and but this is one particular track that I also gravitated towards that I really enjoyed, and there's especially there's a couple of lines that I particularly like. But is there anything you have to say about this song that you want to share?
So this song is actually, it's pretty important to me. I mean, they all are, but this one is really important because it's essentially, it kind of sums up what I was doing for 10 years. Mm-hmm. Man, Secrets in the Limb is essentially me taking time to just really feel and listen than more than just like try to talk over anything. So I'm like, the secrets in the limb is the secrets within the trees, within the plants, within anything. Like, you know, you don't see the plants complaining about this or them judging that, or, well, you know, they're just here. And finding the secret of just being humble and just being alive is what I call the secret in the limb. So it's kind of funny. I mean, I shouldn't give it away, but I'm really excited about it. So I'm actually choreographing a dance for the end of this music video. And it's essentially me learning the secret and then sharing it with everyone. Right. So, and that's what the song is about. Like, I spent a lot of time learning, not just about music, but about myself and about just understanding this. I feel like I'm okay. I feel like I have a good grasp, but now I just want to share with everybody. So that's what Secrets in a Limb is about. Just understanding our other brothers and then sharing it with everyone else. So that's what it's for.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Natural shoes to find our way to the underground.
There was the one line that I liked that caught me was you. I know I'm fucking crazy.
Yes.
Like it's just because like I think we all have been there. So
And that is, and I say it, and I drop the F-bomb because that's the only profane word I would ever use, because it's an expression of just like, it really catches you, because I want to say, I know I'm crazy, but I know we're all crazy.
Yeah.
We're all trying to feel this energy. Like, it's not just me,
Sure.
but I want to say, I know I'm fucking crazy, because I'm trying to feel good, but I just need to carry on. That's what I say afterwards. You know, it's
Right.
like, I know I'm fucking crazy. I just need to carry on, though. Like, you're crazy in a good way. We're all crazy, but we're just trying to live a good life. So
definitely, man. Yeah, it was. I did like that. Throughout the record, there are a lot of, strong messages and stuff in your lyrics and things, and so there's definitely, along with just fun music, you do have something to say in these songs too. So I think so listen up. Grab the copy of this record, available everywhere. It's called.
Age of the Spirit.
Age. Why did my phone go? I want to make sure I got it right. Yeah, but Age of the Spirit available everywhere. So Spotify, Apple Music, whatever.
Yep, all the good stuff.
Yeah. Are you doing physicals at all, or are you sticking to digital?
Oh, I have physicals. I have physicals. So come to a show. Next show, September the 7th at World Beat Fest. So I have physical copies as well.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the conversation comes up a lot. A lot of people are kind of getting away from CDs and things just because nobody even hardly uses them anymore and stuff. But like, I still enjoy having physical copies, either CD or I buy a lot of vinyl just because it's cool too to have them. And
You get the actual art.
Sure, yeah.
I should have brought one.
Yeah, but I agree, man. Yeah, so you get it's fun to see the physical art on it or the lyrics or whatever. Different people get whatever it is, but it's like it's part of the whole package, the process of it all and stuff to see the. So I enjoy all that, and compared to just click and download on an MP3 or whatever.
Yep. Especially as an artist, it's like, you did it. It's like, I have this in my hand. I created this. Thank you. It's really humbling and rewarding, I should say.
Yeah, man. Well, let's talk about that music video. You were along with you kind of gave us a little sneak peek at it, but this is, you saying you're filming this all around St. Louis? Yeah.
So we did the first shoot. Excuse me. We did the first shoot on Monday, which was at the rooftop of the Moonrise. Which, thank you, Joe Edwards. I worked for him for a long time.
Oh yeah.
So they definitely don't do that, but he helped me out with that a lot.
Nice.
And Kevin from the Free Years, he actually does event planning there, and he helped me. So everyone was so great. But the first shot was there, and then the next one is in Castlewood, so we're gonna shoot there. And then the next one, I'm not sure, but that's where the dance sequence is gonna happen. And I got to get some dancers, and I already have the dance choreographed, which is amazing. I that's one of the things when I was a kid, I used to do that. Just like choreograph dances with my sisters and my cousins. I'm like, yeah. And then now I actually get to like do it in a music video, which is really fun.
Right.
So yeah, man, I'm excited. And it's for Secrets in the Limb. And it's going to essentially tell the story of me figuring it out figuring it out. I'm quoting. I'm holding quotations right now. Figuring, excuse me, it out and then sharing it with the world.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to put that out there.
How crazy would that be? Like, go to a club or whatever, or wedding reception or something, like where everybody's out there like dancing, and then all of a sudden everybody knows the moves to your dance, and then like that would be pretty.
That's the plan.
That'd be pretty wild, man.
That's the plan. So I made the dance easy so people want to learn it. Mm-hmm. I made it to where it's almost like the electric slide or something. I made it to where people might want to do it in an assembly line, and that type of energy is what I'm trying to create.
Right.
It's those little moments where you, like me, the electric slide, but how many weddings have people done that?
Oh yeah,
millions.
Sure.
Like it's awesome, and everyone's just together and they're dancing and they're laughing and they're having a good time. That's a moment that you can be a part of. So I want to create that, that type of energy.
Yeah, man, very cool. Well, I guess keep an eye out for the video coming soon to your Facebook and YouTube, and all that will, I'm sure, be available. You'll be aware for sure.
Definitely.
We're blasting it out everywhere. So.
Definitely. I just did a Lotown. We're at Lotown, and I just did a Lotown live video too, which is really cool. And now that's everywhere too. And that was just a little taste of, what's to come. So that was really fun to do as well. Like doing it live and looping it here, among all the other Lotown live videos. It's really cool to be a part of Lotown, especially all the amazing things that, working with Tonina and Ryan Marquez and Andy Stevens, all these big name, amazing musicians that are just coming here and do live videos. It's really, what's his name? Jeremiah Johnson came here.
Sure, yeah, Jeremiah's great.
Jeremiah Johnson came here. I didn't get to meet him, but I saw him. I was like,
right.
We're working on a lot of, I don't know if you're familiar with like Luther Ingram, but he's like an older, like Stax Records. His son is doing something here, with Lotown, which is just, everything's moving really in a really good way. So I'm really excited to be a part of it.
Yeah, for sure. That sounds like exciting stuff, man.
It is.
A lot of the whole city is booming. Like, that's what's fun about doing the show too. Like, is just getting to discover as much of it as I can, and but there's St. Louis has got it happening right now with music. Like, so much amazing things happening. So
it really does.
But you mentioned. Like I said, learning a lot, didgeridoo and djembe and all these different instruments. Like, so did you study a lot of world music to learn some of this stuff, or is it like, how much, or is it just like, I want these particular sounds on the record, or how do you?
I think just listening to a lot of different types of music. I mean, like I said, I'm really into, Bjork, Radiohead, like,
right.
A lot of my friends, we listen to I listen to a lot of techno.
But I don't think there's any didgeridoo.
There's not, but there are certain little sounds that they use, but there isn't. And you're right, there isn't. And then I listen to I don't know. I guess technically it's called new age.
Right.
But a lot of this, I love Enya. Like you said, there's no didgeridoo or anything but that type of energy, it's like you want to use different types of sounds instead of your traditional drum, bass, guitar. I wanted to get out of that, but not forcefully. I didn't force myself out. It was just I was drawn more to these earthy instruments, which when I first heard the didgeridoo, which is actually Incubus, I have a video of Brandon Boyd playing the didgeridoo. All he was doing was droning with it. But I was like, oh, man, I want one of those. And it was kind of funny because my buddy, Steve, at the same time, he was making them out of PVC piping. Okay. Which is your standard when you get in the didgeridoo. That's how you kind of start. So at the same time, I saw that and I was like, hey, guys, have you ever heard the didgeridoo? I was like, yes, here you go. And he just gave me one. Wow. I was like, cool. And then it took me a minute to figure out circular breathing. And then one day, I just picked up my didgeridoo. My buddy Josh came over, and I just figured it out. I don't know what happened. Right. It just happened. And I was like, I'm not going to ask any questions. I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah, man.
And then it just happened from there. I was always in love with the djembe. It's an African hand drum. So, the the rest speaks for itself.
Sure.
And then just crazy techno beats. I mean, I love the electronic music, but I also love rock and roll. But I also love, like I said, like new age, just chill music. Or I love everything, man.
Yeah.
Classical, like I love it, all of it.
You, as you're building this up, like, and it's like you said, you used to be in bands and you stripped it down to being just yourself and solo, being a loop and stuff. But you thinking about never wanting to build these back up to more of for a live show?
I would totally do that.
Build a band back up and stuff.
Oh yeah, I would totally do that. Especially because I do play the drum kit. I play the drums in Two Cities, One World. I play, and we are warm. I play congas, and I can play all these instruments. So if I really wanted to, have a band for this, I was actually talking to Kevin about this. If I do want to have a band for it, I would do it. But then he was like, I don't know, man. I wouldn't right now because it's really cool seeing you loop it.
Sure.
And I was like, okay. Because he was at the album release, and he enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And he was just like, hey, man, I wouldn't do that just yet. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but like you said, in the future, I would love to have a band and just be able to rock out instead of
Sure.
kung fu my equipment.
Well, we early on we mentioned Matthias and the Pirates, and they're a great example. I feel like, even though it's hip hop, but I've seen them play sets with the two MCs and a DJ, and I've also seen them play sets with drum kit, a horn line, backup singers. So it's still the same songs, but there's different arrangements. Sometimes they go big band, sometimes they strip it down to where it's just playing to the track,
Which is really cool.
So same thing kind of for what you can do. Like, yeah, you can do this by yourself, and it's still cool that way. But it also could be cool bringing in some friends and making them larger full band sounds and whatever, and having some support, like I said, instead of.
I mean, one thing I would love to do is, who knows if it goes that big, but have an orchestra.
Yeah.
Dude, like that would be amazing.
I saw Amos Lee a while back, a year ago, whatever, and he came through and he played Powell Symphony Hall, and he played, came out on stage, played solo acoustic, I think, opening the show, did a couple by himself, and then his band joined him. So he just bass, drums, guitar player. I think it was a 4-piece that time, and then like the second set, they brought the orchestra out, and they did these giant arrangements on these songs, and he just sang, and it was like, this was awesome. Like you get the
progression,
the full spectrum of sound, like from one guy to 100 people, and it's like
that's really cool.
Right?
That's like what you just said is how I would want to do it. Show you that's almost like a looping show. It's like. You saw him play acoustic, which is him, sitting at his house creating the tunes.
Right.
Then he got his band, and it's like, whoa, well, I can take it even further.
Right.
And then he got an orchestra. That's amazing.
It was a really pretty special night, man. Like I've seen him a couple different times, and he's one of my favorites. But that was a once in a lifetime type of thing, man. To sit there, and I splurged and got front row tickets for my birthday and stuff, and
awesome.
I was like, so it was really a magical night.
I would definitely like. It's funny that you asked that because I always think about that. I mean, if things go well, it's not far off because looping is a little, especially with my mind. That's a different conversation for a different time, but I am a little restricted, because I have so many other. I mean, like there's certain chord progressions that I can't do because they're too long, or I can't. I can't bounce around from different parts, bridge, chorus, bridge, another bridge, which is actually a good thing because you might delve deep and too far into that stuff sometimes as a writer. But also there's certain things with certain songs I can't do because the looping process, just making sure it's a good show for the crowd. So you don't want to go off on a tangent and then, it's like, all right, well, you've been looping that one part for like too long. Just little things like that. You really have to be mindful to your audience, regardless of what you do.
Yeah, man. Well, let's give them another sneak peek at this album. This is a song called Evolve. Anything you need to add around Evolve?
This song, so one of the songs, so Double-Edged Sword and Evolve actually kind of go together.
Right.
So Double-Edged Sword is the song before it, and essentially the title is, or the meaning behind the title is, on one side, I want to do everything I can to help people, but on the other side, I see what they're doing to each other and I just want to give up. So it's like, on one hand I can believe, but the other I just want to stay away from you. And then the song after it is Evolve. So why not, if we just evolve, we know why we're here. We know when we first started, as you're a child, all you want is someone to love you. That's essentially what it's all about. And then we just start losing that as we get older. You start getting distracted with worldly things, which don't even matter. And then next thing you know, you forget the whole purpose, which is to love and to grow. Right. So that's what this song is about. And in the chorus, it's from the earth to the major highways, either major highway like road or phone, like internet highway.
Right.
It's all it's about is, when you're on Facebook, you're essentially trying to get love from your people.
Right.
You don't have to do it just there, So that's what it's about.
were you writing songs? I mean, did it all start back those Burnt Ninja days and stuff? Is that when you started writing songs? And
I always wrote, but
Yeah.
that's when I really got into writing a lot, and like that was my favorite thing. So now writing songs and playing all the music and writing it, because I draw too and stuff like that. I don't really draw that much because I'm so, doing which I love, writing the music and writing because of my lyrics. And that's one of the reasons why I actually went solo, because I was writing all these lyrics that were really meaningful, and then the bands would break up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I gave all of this energy to only nothing for it to like nothing happen, so it's like the only way for me to help, like they're like, the way I see it is there are doctors, there are nurses, there are people that are, this is me doing my part, like this is like medicine to me to give to people. So I'm trying to give all I can to help people through their daily struggles. Right. So it's important to me. So I don't want to just like go and write these, these lyrics that I'm like almost therapeutic lyrics, and then for it just to be like brushed off. You know what I mean? So that's another reason why I went solo. And before I was solo, I wasn't singing as much. I was just playing the keyboard and the drum, and I was like, I started all this so I can sing over it.
Yeah.
So that's the whole reason too. Didgeridoo and singing. So
Yeah. You ever did you ever think about like trying to take on any covers? Like
I play covers.
Yeah.
So I play. I just do them acoustic, but I'm actually going to get into looping them.
That's what I was saying. It'd be fun to hear like something pop or whatever, or something, and then to completely flip it with playing it on a didgeridoo and djembe and all this stuff, like So
Yep. So one of the next things I'm going to do here at Lotown is a couple of covers. So I cover Wild World. I cover Holding Out for a Hero. I Need a Hero.
Yeah.
I love that song. I cover California Dreamin' and Horse with No Name.
Sure.
And I'm pretty sure I've got it down, but Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Yeah, man.
So
great song.
So I'm going to get into looping those, and because I love all those songs. So it's funny that you asked, because that's next on the agenda.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, I just that stuff's really neat to me to hear something maybe that's very familiar. Even if like sometimes it's nice as a fan, like you're watching the show and all of a sudden like you're like, man, there's something here, like this where it's like it's far enough from the original where it takes you a second to like, and then all of a sudden that chorus kicks in, like everybody, and all of a sudden you're like. Oh man, I know that. It's like So, but so I enjoy that kind of thing, like where you like I said, you can make it your own completely, to where it's almost unrecognizable in a sense, until that you get that sing along or the hook and whatever it is and stuff. So
people are connected with like, oh, I know what this is.
Yeah.
Woo. So some people might know off of just depending on the person, they might know off just the first.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if you're really if you're super fans and stuff, yeah. But like it's just funny to like but because like there is fun sense in like being a tribute or a cover where you can nail it like note for note, but I also enjoy completely flipping it on its head, So
Yep, that's really cool. That's awesome. Yeah, that's the plan, is to like take it and like make it my own,
right?
But still give it justice.
Yeah.
Like not really change it. Like mainly like vocally, I would keep a lot of it the same, but I would add some really cool percussion stuff in there.
Yeah.
So
definitely, man. Well, you again, we got a show coming up the 7th, September 7th at Fellowship, and this is called World Beat Festival, right?
Yep.
And who else is?
There's a lot of artists. I mean, I know there's like I think his name is Kyle Reed or something like that. But there are a lot of people, like there's gonna be like hung drums there. I don't know if anyone has ever heard like a hung drum, or it's just this really beautiful sound. Like look it up, just look it up. Like look up a hung drum. It's one of the most amazing, or they call them like pans. They play pans, but it's like one of the most. I want one of those.
Yeah.
Like I want one of those next. Like if I can add it to my looping, I would.
Yeah.
So there's just gonna be artists like that. Raw Earth, like they're the main guys that are putting it on, and they're just kind of like really djembes, darbukas. I think they play. I think there's like 11 of them, or maybe less. I'm not sure, but yeah, they just play really world music. And they saw me play at the Heavy Anchor, and he was like, "Do you want to play?" And I'm like, "Sure."
Yeah.
So
Nice.
I know there's going to be a lot of just like world music there. Pretty sure Two Cities One World Acoustic is going to be there. Cool. I might jam with them for a minute too. So it's going to be a good time, man.
Yeah, nice, man. Do you after that have you thought about doing any touring with this?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm planning now. So I have a few shows already lined up, and then the plan. I'm actually planning. I'm going to try to get out of town, in the wintertime, blah blah blah. But I'm actually planning next year's extravaganza.
Yeah.
So the plan is to South by Southwest.
Sure.
Tour around that. I'm gonna try to get into like some bigger festivals. It's gonna be a lot of work, but like Electric Forest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try. And next year in the summer, Europe, like Spain.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
actually talking about. We already have a connection there, so I'm actually having a meeting with someone to talk about going. Like that is going to happen.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to Europe next year, so in tour.
Yeah. I think, and obviously being solo makes it traveling a lot easier.
It does.
So
It does.
That is one perk of it. But I think I don't know. I think I talked to like Bruiser Queen. I think they used to be like a 4-piece at one time, and then they just kind of almost became a necessity for touring because they spend so much time on the road. Like where they realized they could do it 2-piece, and it worked out for them. I mean, they're doing great, but like
They are.
it's just like it's a lot easier, more convenient to where like you're ready to go. All right, let's let's
Two
hit the road.
people,
Yeah,
man.
so-
As people, because like the one thing about it is dedication to anything that you do, and
Right.
it's just hard to find people that are dedicated. So when you have, it's sad, but when you can shrink it down to where these people are dedicated to, being a musician and doing these kinds of things that we do is not easy.
Right.
It's not like you go to college, you read a book, you get a piece of paper, and then they send you off. It's like you have to build something.
Sure.
And they're crushing it right now.
Yeah.
All these guys,
Oh,
like
yeah.
you said, St. Louis is killing it right now, which is really, really. But the thing about St. Louis doing really well is I feel like it's like connecting the city a lot. Like everyone's rooting for everybody.
Definitely.
Which is really cool. I hear a lot of other bands just saying like my city's not like that. Like everyone's fighting about it. There's competition. Obviously, there's still some competition, but I go to a lot of shows and I don't really see it that much.
Right.
So
I agree. Yeah, I think it definitely seems like everybody's just out trying to help each other out. And we have a lot of collaboration. Before we hit record, we were talking about that Al Holiday All St. Louis Review,
Yep.
which is
amazing.
yeah, man. So stuff like that. It's just fun to see people actually taking projects where they can get all their friends and do different collaborations like that. And
Yep.
so definitely, man. There's a lot of good stuff happening in St. Louis.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Keep an eye out for Europe, maybe 2020, and then we got. But yeah, that'd be exciting stuff. That'd be
See 2020 and 2020. I'm gonna be selling that all year next year.
And get involved. You can find Justin Ra Music on your Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And again, the record available on your Spotify and Apple and Bandcamp and wherever you're getting your digital music at today, you can find it.
Yep.
Click subscribe on YouTube for the videos and more videos coming soon. So
Yep.
But I guess I want to get in a little more about you too, though. Like, what other stuff does Justin get into besides playing music? Do you like movies or books or anything?
Man, I am just an active person. I do like reading, but the only type of reading I just like philosophy or something like that. But I am mostly, I love
I saw a video of you
basketball,
hooping,
soccer. I like to rollerblade. I skateboard. I snowboard. Like that was one thing that kind of kept me not behind, but I spent 6 years of just like working and then going to Colorado. and just I love snowboarding so much.
Yeah.
That's another thing people should get into. It's the other little things, just living. Just get out there, get outside. Like, I am an outside person. Like, and turn your TV off. I mean, it's like, turn it off. You know, it's like, I really don't watch TV, and when I do, it's cartoons.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I just like being outside. I love martial arts, so I've been studying martial arts for a long time, and now I'm studying Wing Chun, and I'm actually going to hopefully get into Shaolin Kung Fu with my buddy Jared from Two Cities One World, and that's there's just so many things to do that I don't have time for.
Oh yeah, I know that feeling, man.
Man,
You ever listen to Lucas Nelson?
no.
He's Willie's son. Was first off, but he's incredible in his own right. A lot of great music. Just recently, was also in that Star Is Born with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. He was actually his band. Promise of the Real was backed up Bradley in the movie, so they recorded all those songs with him and stuff, and so anyway, it was really neat. But he's got a song on his new record, and I think it's actually the title track of the record, but it's called. You mentioned turn off your TV and stuff. It's something like I think it's like turn off the news and build and grow a garden with me or something along exactly how I forget how he says it, but something along those lines like. Yeah, get out and just turn off the TV, go outside, and so
it's really important. I mean, and we all get sucked into this stuff because it's right there, but it's the little things. You just turn it off. Just put it down.
Right.
Just let it go. You know, and just go outside, be with your friends and your family, and it's like it's funny because you see people out and they're just having a blast. They're high-fiving, they're having a good time, and then. They're inside and they're just kind of like lethargic. I don't know. So it's one of those things where you see people together and they enjoy it. So why aren't we doing it more? Mm-hmm. So it's just those little things. I love being outside and I love being with my friends. My family.
You like I said, you big into basketball. Is that did you play in the teams or the school teams, or was it just something?
No? So when I was a kid, I played soccer and baseball. But basketball was one that I always loved, and I just learned that on the side. I had a buddy of mine, Charles McGilberry was his last name, and he taught me how to play basketball. He is still really good. I think he coaches now, and he taught me how to play, man. And I use basketball and soccer as like kind of a kung fu. It's like hand-eye, foot-eye coordination. One of the things about working out, it gets a little bit more monotonous when you're just running. Oh, yeah. I use it as like a way to trick your body. So I like to run a lot when I play and just like sprint, explosive movements, just little things like that. I use it as a workout, but I love playing it.
I agree. I excuse me. If you just asked me to run, it's probably not going to be something I'm into at all. But yeah, running up and down the court for a couple hours, I can. Yep. It's a game, and you have fun with it. Yep. Even though it's still the same thing.
It's the same thing, man. Right. And you're actually using your body in different ways because just running, you're just running. But when you're playing basketball, you're moving your legs and your hips and your shoulders and your arms in different ways, and you're exercising muscles that you normally wouldn't when you're just running. So. I really enjoy that aspect, but I love basketball. I mean, I love sports. Sure. I do love sports. And soccer's right up there. I love playing soccer. That's like one of my favorites too. So, man, I love it. I want to get I see those kickball games in Tower Grove. Oh, yeah. Man, I've been wanting to try to get down there.
We did that a couple of years back. Me and my wife had put together an adult, joined a team, an adult league, and it was actually like alcohol people drank on the field and stuff, and then Hot Shots I think was one of the sponsors, so afterwards they wanted to continue the party over there and they gave you free pizza, so we would
that's awesome.
So we would often go there for our free pizza and things, so it was a pretty good deal, man, and it was just a ton of fun, and it was always a party, it's as much as you're acting like a kid on the field, but everybody was the community that again going even know what we've created in music and stuff, but these guys, I'm out here and people are they all were just high-fiving everybody, and then people start giving you shots and stuff or whatever.
It's camaraderie, man.
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
you're having a ball with your friends. That sounds awesome,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, and that's one of the things I want to do with it. It's like I'm a little nervous because I might like. Obviously, I'm an athlete, so I might just start
Yeah.
being an athlete,
Sure.
and it's not about that. It's about fun. You know, I'm not trying to win.
There was definitely those people that like were kind of a little more, took it more seriously and had
Okay.
fun. But then there was other teams that was like completely about just the drinking and like kickball was second and stuff, you know. So like
And you're just trying to kick it on a Sunday.
All right, it was just entertaining to see the different personalities come through, even in the, you know, like the team names and all this stuff. So like,
That's awesome.
so it was just it was a really good time. But yeah, we all got like shirts and we got to put our names and numbers on the back and all. So some people got real creative with it, and it was a lot of fun.
That's
But,
awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, those definitely are a good time just to and get out there and act like a kid again.
Yeah, man. That's what it's about. That's really cool. Yeah, I've definitely wanted to do that. I mean, I should just go, but Sundays are always, you never know what's going to happen.
Sure.
You can't, you know, it's like hard to commit. 'Cause
Yep.
You're like, I feel bad canceling. But
It's one of those too. Like it's like, it's at the time you're like you thinking you don't really have time, you know. But then like you all of a sudden it works out, man. You make time, and it's like you're glad you did because it's stress relief and everything else. Just to let loose and have fun for a couple of hours with your buddies. And
yep.
So
Yep.
sometimes you
That's
gotta
awesome.
schedule fun like that.
You do, man. That's true.
Yep.
You definitely do.
But yeah, I used to play a ton of basketball. That was a big one for me, especially
Really?
in football. I used to play like all through little league and through high school and stuff. I played a ton, and then I started having some knee issues, and I kind of got out of it all. But
Yeah.
I used to every now and then like I'll go play some pickup games and stuff, and we used to. There was like this. I think a lot of the guys like worked like GM or something like that. Like, so we had this like league kind of. I wasn't really. It was all pickup games, but like they would meet at like 6 a.m. or something and run games until 8 or something before they went to work or something.
What?
Something along those lines on like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So then like whenever me and my buddy Sean were like out of school for the summertime, we would go up there. So we'd get up early and go there, and it's like. I hated it because I hate waking up early, especially in the summer when you don't have to get up. But once I did it, I'm like so glad I did.
Yep.
But it's like, well, we used to have so much fun, and with those guys would get all mad at us because we'd beat them, and so, some young kids come up there and beat them in their game, and
That's awesome. I've heard so many people, especially after posting those videos, a lot of people are like, "Hey, man, let's play."
Yeah.
I'm like, I should get like a cool, almost like musician back, because there's a lot of musicians that are like, I love basketball.
Yeah.
Let's play sometime. I'm like, really? Hell yeah, dude. So it'd be really fun to just get like a little fun game, kind of like the kickball thing, and just play basketball and like not, you know, like we're all out there grinding. All of us, we're out there doing the music thing, and it'd be nice to just put on a show or do something, have an event that it's not that. We're just out there having fun. It's almost like, you know, MTV had like the celebrity sports.
Oh, yeah.
thing. It'd be kind of like that.
rock and jock.
Yeah, it'd be like that. And we're just all, and like maybe film it. You know,
Yeah.
just like see how this person does this. You know, it'd be really cool to just be out there with some of your comrades in the music scene, and just having fun. You know,
Definitely, man. Yeah, I'm in. If we make it happen, I'll be there.
dude, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, man. Well, you again get involved. All things Justin Ra on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Grab a copy of this brand new album. I'm guessing you're already working on number 2.
Yeah, I think a couple of songs in my set. So come see me live. 3 of them aren't on the album, and they will be on the next one. And yeah, I'm already 5 in. I think I'm 5 in.
Nice, man.
So I'm ready. I'm ready to move and keep
Yeah.
I'm ready to evolve and just keep on going.
Call back.
Yep. We'll call back.
Well, right on, man. Well, this has been awesome. I'm really glad we made this happen.
Me too.
And big shout out again to Lotown for letting us hang here today.
Lotown, yep, definitely hooking it up. All things. I mean, they're getting in there. Gaslight's in there. Lotown's getting in there. Like, we're working with a lot of other studios. Eightfold Studios. Andy Stevens. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him, but if you aren't, you will be probably soon. Here.
Okay.
He has a residency at the Dark Room. He's amazing, amazing musician, amazing videographer. He's awesome. So we're just trying to connect St. Louis even more than it's already connected. So we're not. Lotown isn't like, oh, we're trying to start something. We're trying to like help build St. Louis music.
Yeah.
There's so much so many talented artists in here. Like screw LA, screw those places. We're crushing it here. So we can bring the energy just from here. So
Yeah, dude. I guess is it do you know the website Lotown?
yeah, it's like I think it's lowtownmedia.com. You can go to justinra.com.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. So Lotown Studios has so many different, little sub markets. So there's Lotown Records, which I'm a part of. There's Lotown Media. There's Lunch Break Video, which actually they do like videos for businesses. Like a nice little package. You need your social media game up. So you come in here, get some headshots, shoot a promotional video. Lenny will take care of your website. He'll help you build your website and make it look professional. And it's an easy process. Bam, you're done. Not expensive, inexpensive, and it's easy, man. And so it's like, why would you not do that? Because everyone needs that type of presence. We all need the social media presence, and he's good at it. So
Nice. Yeah, man, for sure. All right, buddy. Well, thanks again for doing this.
Thank you, Rock Paper Podcast. Thanks, Shane. This
Yeah.
is awesome, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm glad I can be a part of it.
Absolutely. I'm let's do it again soon, man.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast, y'all.